Hey, Zach here from Frontenac Outfitters Canoe and Kayak Center. Today we're having a very special look at the H2O Canadian 16.6. So we're going to give you a rundown. We'll look at the design of the canoe. We'll also look at some of the characteristics of what these canoes can be made out of and what kind of weight ranges we can expect out of the Canadian 16.6. So the Canadian 16.6 from H2O Canoes is a classic style canoe or a symmetrical canoe. What that means is that the center point of the canoe here is going to have the similar characteristics at the bow and the stern. So the rocker, that amount of banana shape, will be the same, and also where the center point is actually the center point of the canoe. This is very much your classic style tripping canoe. The Canadian fits nicely in a spot where it's maybe entry-level tripping canoe or a family tripping canoe. It's quite stable. It's very predictable. It does have a small shoe keel that goes from the bow all the way to the stern to help provide a little bit of stability and a little bit of tracking. When we talk about tracking, the ability to kind of paddle in a straight line, that shoe keel there is there to help and designed to help improve that. And it also adds some structure to the canoe, help giving it some firmness throughout the bottom of the canoe. Because it has more of a flat bottom, it has really good primary stability. So when we're just sitting flat in the water, it feels really planted, and that flat bottom of the canoe really helps with that. The Canadian is available in 3 different sizes. They have a 15-foot version, which was released a couple years ago, the 16.6, which is the best seller, and there's also a 17.6 version available as well. And that one's really popular with larger families, or if you're looking to put a third seat in, that one accommodates that option really, really well. So overall, the design of the Canadian is very accommodating for a lot of different conditions. It paddles really easily in a straight line. It's not a super versatile canoe for more river trips and stuff like that, but for big open lakes and for calm waters, for fishing, for families with dogs or, pets for that matter, it's a really capable canoe for that type of environment and those styles of paddlers. So the design of the Canadian 16.6, like we said, is a classic canoe. Now this one doesn't have a lot of rocker, so that banana shape to it. So what does that mean? Well, it means it's going to have a long water line, so it's going to carry a decent amount of hull speed in the water. It's not going to be as nimble as something, say, like a Prospector that has a little bit more rocker to it. But what it is going to do is it's going to be, 1, a little bit faster in the water, and 2, it's going to track really, really well. You have the option of putting skid plates on. When we carry canoes here at the shop, sometimes we bring them with skid plates, sometimes we don't. But if you're custom ordering a boat, just know that you can absolutely have those installed at the time of manufacturing. On the bottom of the hull here, we have the shoe keel that runs from the bow to the stern. And like we said, that helps with tracking, offers a little bit of stability, and offers a lot of structural support, giving it a kind of a long beam all the way through the center of the canoe to give it some strength and structure. So on the 16.6, the waterline width is going to be about 33 inches, and the max width at the gunnels is about 35 inches. What does that mean? Well, it gives you a good base of stability, gives you a lot of room for gear. This is a pack horse of a canoe, especially in the 16.6 and the 17.6 sizes. And, you can basically bring everything and the kitchen sink in this style of canoe. When we start getting into weights, that is a pretty broad topic, and it really kind of boils down to is what the canoe is made out of. That is really going to dictate what the weight is. And there's advantages to going with obviously lighter weight materials. As one is you're going to save weight. 2, we can kind of mix and match materials to get the best overall durability or whatever it is that you're looking for. So if you don't necessarily want the most ultralight canoe, you can go with something kind of mid-range to get a good blend of both overall durability and weight savings. Or if you're looking to kind of save costs and work within a certain budget, even the heavier canoes in the H2O series are still generally under 60 pounds. Rarely do they go over that mark, especially in this range of canoe. Materials that are used throughout in all of H2O's canoes are going to be a Negra basalt, a Negra carbon, carbon Kevlar. There's all kinds of combinations of materials that can be used to basically create, different performances. Some materials are stiffer and other materials are going to absorb impacts better. So if all that sounds a little confusing, which quite frankly it is, you can give us a shout and trust that we can help guide you in the right direction of picking the right canoe and also the right material that it's made out of. So for most manufacturers or companies, when you're carrying canoes, things are very standard as far as what they carry and what they can deliver to you. In the case of H2O, pretty much all of these canoes are custom ordered either by ourselves or for you as the customer. So there's infinite possibilities as far as what the material we're using, what the color of it is going to be, and how much it can weigh. And again, give us a call because we can walk you through all that and give you a good idea of what that canoe is going to weigh. On the inside, there's fewer options, but there are definitely some customizations as far as what wood is used and materials used on the inside of the canoe, and then some other features that, for the hardware inside of the canoe that can be used. So this canoe up here is in the more budget-friendly range. It's the Great White North. This is the Niagara Basalt layup with a gel coat, and it has the two-tone gel coat. It's kind of a premium upgrade on the gel-coated series of boats. It can also be all one color if you prefer. So for reference, this is probably going to be one of the heavier options in the Canadian 16.6 series. And this guy comes in at 59 pounds, which honestly for a lot of canoes from yesteryear is a pretty good and attractive weight. Underneath we have, this is a brute force Kevlar layup. So it is using clear Kevlar cloth, so it has that nice golden hue to it with a clear coat on the outside. There is option to add, a technical paint layer or gel coat layer on the bottom, or you can also skin over the whole thing with a nylon shell, and it kind of gives it this really unique translucent look to it that looks absolutely incredible. It's hard to describe without seeing it in person, but the light just kind of shines right through it in either red, green, or kind of this nice aqua blue, and they look fantastic. The same boat in that Kevlar layup is about 45 pounds, and they can get lighter than that. So if we looked at one and say Carbon and Negra, which tends to be the lightest option, no skid plates, kind of your standard interior outfitting, you're likely going to be sitting around 38 to 40 pounds, which for a canoe like this, is absolutely incredible. It feels like a feather on your shoulders. If you're interested in feeling it out for yourself or want to take one out for a test paddle, please come on out and visit us at the shop, Frontenac Outfitters. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call or send us an email. Thanks a lot for watching.